I came in Beneco in the 1990s. Tayo trabaho. So nakilugan ako truck. Napan kami ijay itogon. That was my first taste of job in Beneco. Binagbagkat mi ijay poste from Batuang. Hanggang na ijay munisipyo kasi earthquake garod. No, pinangyari kami dito, we came in September. So kasagsagan ti restoration ti power kasi there was an earthquake. But at that time also kasagsagan ti gulo ti Beneco. Ongoing ti gulo ti Beneco. Beneco at that time gamin was unfortunately ailing at that time. So adamot lang ti perceived take. The board, management employees are very busy also. Admit meeting na. So I remember nag-attend kami ti twice or thrice meetings They were discussing about Beneco. But at that time, hindi ko fully ma-appreciate because OGT nga kami. Yun pala, Beneco is about to be taken over by NAIA. 18 if I'm not mistaken. The decision from the Supreme Court was handed down that NAIA finally has the authority to take over. So, diyan nga pinmasok ni then GM Versosa. So GM Kusalan, unfortunately, because of the Supreme Court decision, has to step aside. And GM Versosa took over, but he was not the GM at the time. He was the project supervisor. It was Judge Vigare who was the GM. I think in 3 months yata nagpalit sila. Judge Vigare became the project supervisor, and then GM Versosa became the GM. Yung vehicle ng maintenance at that time, mag-isa lang Imagine you are supplying the whole Benguet and Baguio City and ang vehicle nila isa. Yung engineering, ang sasakyan namin noon is yung Willys, yung converted ngayon na jeep yung jeep sa World War II, kinonvert na jeep Willys. And the communication at that time was very difficult. Kung may nagko-complain, hindi mo ma-receive agad. It will take probably weeks or days before you can receive the complaints because pupunta pa sa opisina Natulungan siya na kumuha ng funding for the rehabilitation kasi much as kung meron kang analysis to rehab the system, kung wala kang funding. So ito yung isang kagandahan nung panahon ni GM Jerry and then Naya took over. Nagkaroon ng access to funding. Probably challenging part while we were rehabilitating the distribution network of Beneco at that time. Meron kami malaking problema at that time yung asin mini hydro. Lucky for us, at that time may nahanapan tayong magtuturo in the person of Professor Wally Del Mundo and Jimmy Mendoza, one of the Board of Electrical Engineering now, members of the Board of Electrical Engineering. So pumasok sila sa Beneco and I think GM Versosa was consulting with them. And then so ang nangyari, there was a capacity competency building trainings for the engineers. And again, I'd like to, meron kaming nuisance stripping nung araw and then malaki yung systems loss na naidudulot nung pag-synchronize ng asin. If you're buying 1 peso pala, you're only able to collect, kung 40% yung systems loss mo, 60 centavos. Congress that will give the legislative franchise. So good for us, no less than our Congressman Go filed House Bill 6145 for the renewal of our legislative franchise. It's now pending before the Legislative Committee on Franchising. So yan yung isang hurdle. Kasi bakit ko sinasabi ito? Kasi wala tayong pag-uusapang Beneco kung walang prangkisa. Kasi ito yung titulo mo, ito yung permit mo to operate as a distribution utility. We have to keep the rates at an affordable level. And ano ang pinaka-challenge dito is for any distribution utility, Beneco for that matter, is to be able to get a power supply contract. We are very positive about the Manasok because it can be done. Naipakita natin na kaya natin. Parang proof of concept yan So, Beneco should be in the next few years or the future to come shall be able to develop its own mini hydro pa para madagdagan yung 3.2 Manasok. Kaya nga kung makikita niyo yung ating vision is to be self-sustaining in terms of renewable energy. So, Beneco is not only looking also at mini hydros kasi blessed nga tayo ng waters dito sa Benguet and Baguio City. We're looking also to forward to other technologies like solar.